Hello everyone, Makuto here. The Vice President of the United States, a position often shrouded in mystery. Is it a role of true significance or merely ceremonial? The Vice President occupies a unique and somewhat ambiguous position within the US government. Tasked primarily with assuming the presidency in the event of the president's death, resignation, or incapacitation, the Vice President's role has often been perceived as one of passive anticipation. However, the office encompasses far more than simply waiting in the wings. From presiding over the Senate to advising the president, the vice president's responsibilities are diverse and impactful. Former vice presidents such as Al Gore, Dick Cheney, and Joe Biden during the Obama administration have taken on more active and influential roles, serving as key advisors to the president and shaping policy on a range of issues. This shift in perception and responsibility has led to a re-evaluation of the vice presidency, prompting a closer examination of its significance in the 21st century. To fully grasp the present-day role of the vice president, it is essential to delve into the historical context of the office. Established by the US Constitution in 1787, the vice presidency was initially conceived as a solution to a logistical problem, ensuring a smooth transition of power in the event of a presidential vacancy. The early years of the vice presidency were marked by a lack of clarity and purpose. With few constitutional duties beyond presiding over the Senate, early vice presidents often found themselves relegated to the sidelines of American politics. However, as the nation matured, so too did the role of the vice president. Over the course of the 20th century, the vice presidency gradually evolved from a position of relative obscurity to one of greater prominence and influence. The Vice President's responsibilities are enshrined in the U.S. Constitution, outlining the core duties of the office. Foremost among these is the constitutional mandate to assume the presidency in the event of the president's death, resignation, removal from office, or inability to discharge the powers and duties of the office. Beyond this primary duty, the Vice President also serves as the President of the Senate, presiding over legislative sessions and casting tie-breaking votes when necessary. In addition to their constitutional duties, Vice Presidents also fulfill a range of informal responsibilities that have evolved over time. These include advising the President on a wide array of issues, acting as a liaison between the White House and Congress, and representing the United States on the global stage. The Vice President's ability to effectively carry out these responsibilities hinges on their relationship with the President. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed a significant transformation in the role of the Vice President, with the office evolving from a largely ceremonial position to one of greater influence and responsibility. Vice presidents began to take on more active roles in policy development and implementation, leveraging their expertise and experience to shape the administration's agenda. They became key advisors to the president, offering counsel on a wide range of issues from domestic policy to foreign affairs. Al Gore, Dick Cheney, and Joe Biden, each in their own way, redefined the role of the vice president, demonstrating the potential for the office to be a platform for leadership and influence. This expansion of the vice president's role has not been without its critics, who argue that it undermines the principle of a unitary executive and gives too much power to an unelected official. The question of whether the vice president is a necessary role in the 21st century is a complex one, with compelling arguments on both sides of the debate. Those who advocate for the continued relevance of the office point to its crucial role in ensuring a smooth transition of power in the event of a presidential vacancy. Furthermore, proponents highlight the valuable experience and expertise that the office holder brings to the table. Conversely, critics argue that the office is outdated and unnecessary in the modern era, contending that the president already has access to a vast network of advisors and experts within the executive branch. Critics also express concerns about the potential for an overly powerful vice president to undermine the authority of the president or to wield undue influence behind the scenes. The vice presidency, despite its often ambiguous nature, remains an integral part of the American political system. While the office has faced its share of criticism and calls for its abolition, its enduring value lies in its ability to provide stability, continuity, and experienced leadership in times of uncertainty. Beyond its constitutional duties, the modern vice presidency has evolved into a position of considerable influence and responsibility. Vice presidents now play active roles in shaping policy, advising the president, and representing the United States on the global stage. What are your thoughts on the role of the vice president? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful explorations of current topics.